What's going on, guys? Roma the Romer here, the most traveled bookseller as of last week, the smartest bookseller in the game. And I'm going to go over in this video this book, Outwitting the Devil. I'm only about a quarter of the way through this, but this book is by the famous Napoleon Hill.
Grind hard, well done, sir, and welcome to the freaking Well Show.
This book was actually never published officially. He died before it got published. But this book is about a struggle he had to overcome. Long story short, he had some people that were coming to murder him. And I think at the time he had become a famous figure in the world or in America, and people knew about him. So he's in Tennessee, he went up to Virginia, he's hiding out in his family's basement, and he got really fearful. And in this time, a lot of us are feeling really fearful. A lot of us are cooped up. We don't know about our futures financially. A lot of us are just scared. We don't know what's going to happen. To see that one of the most influential men of all time battles with the same exact mental barriers, limiting beliefs that we have. Our brains are archaic. They have these patterns. They have these ways of thinking that aren't necessarily realistic. These ways of thinking are made to make us survive. He frames it, though, as his conversation with the devil. So this whole book is literally the conversation between him and the devil, and he believes that he's actually talking with the devil. So if you guys get weirded out by spirituality, stay away from this book. I think it's super interesting. It's literally Q&A the whole way through. So he asked the devil, what are your tactics? What's your mechanism for controlling people's mind? To get into people's mind and make them believe certain things. To crush people's dreams. What do you do? What do you do? And his answer is, he's got 6 effective ways to make people, to crush people's thinking. And they all revolve around fear. Now I'm going to go through this list of fear, and I guarantee you, whenever you're stressed out, ask yourself this question. Is it one of these 6 reasons? And I promise you, it's one of them. The first reason is fear of criticism. That's how he gets into people's mind. He makes people afraid to be criticized. Does that ever happen to you? I think that's probably the most common one in today's age. The next one is fear of death. If you guys are into affirmations, every day you do affirmations. You should make anti-affirmations against these. So whatever I say, you should make an affirmation that goes against it. So if I just told you one of his mechanisms is I'm afraid, I make people afraid of death. Your affirmation should be, I do not fear death. I do not fear death, and repeat that several times a day. You're going to sound crazy. Go to the grocery store, come out of the bathroom, I do not fear death. Say it. The next one is fear of loss of love. I feel like girls have this one a lot. They're scared of losing love. That's another way he controls people, according to this book, according to Napoleon Hill, according to his conversation with the devil. The next one is fear of ill health. We probably all have that right now. Occasionally, fear of ill health comes into our body or comes into our mind. So what you could say for that is get an affirmation, get a prayer, something. Doesn't matter if you're religious or not. These mechanisms, if you want to call them that, these thought patterns, these neural patterns, these neural pathways exist in our animal brain just to help us survive. So you could look at the devil as being a metaphor, or you could take it literally, but it really doesn't make a difference at the end of the day because these things exist. The next one is, what is that one? So there's 4. Fear of poverty. So not making enough money. Fear of losing everything. So fear of poverty, anything that comes with poverty. Not having a house, not having physical material goods. The last one, what is the last one? Give me a second. I had to look the last one up because this one doesn't really freak me out that much. It's the fear of old age. So the fear of getting old, and I actually made an affirmation for this one as well. Affirmations may seem corny, but they're actually, if you think about it, I was actually talking to this guy today out in Miami. We were near the water, and he was a persuasive and influence coach. He taught people how to be more persuasive, how to influence people to take action. And it's all in the mind. It's all about stepping out of these patterns that we've created for ourselves. And he used a great analogy of a sled going down a hill. So if a sled goes down a hill one time, it might go crooked, it might go in a path, whatever. The next time it's going to go a little bit different. Third time there's a path for that sled to take. So each time that path gets a little bit deeper, a little bit more clear cut, a little bit more seasoned. So our thought patterns are that way as well. So even if you don't believe the affirmation you make for yourself, if you say it over and over again, if you say it every single day, your unconscious mind, which is, it's like the iceberg analogy. So your conscious mind is everything above the iceberg. The unconscious mind is 80%. It's this 80% iceberg that's underneath the water that you can't see. So your unconscious mind starts believing this. And this isn't like, this is science. Like, this is real stuff. This is not speculation or theory. And this is a very good book on that. If you guys want a book on changing your mind, changing your thought patterns, changing your beliefs, look up Release Your Brakes by James Newman. It's a great book. So those are the 6 ways that Napoleon Hill said the devil tries to control you. So the 6 ways the devil tries to influence your thoughts. These are really the 6 ways, the 6 negative thought patterns that are most prevalent in our culture today. And I think you'd be hard pressed to find any thought pattern that's negative. Anytime you're in a bad mood, ask yourself, what am I thinking to get myself in this negative state? And it's probably one of those 6 things. So create affirmations around those, notice them when they arise, and ultimately accept a lot. Accept that everybody in your life is going to die. Loss of love. We're all afraid of loss of love, and it's inevitable that biologically we are all going to rot. That's just a fact. Your body's going to get old. Poverty, you have to be okay with poverty. What happens if you have nothing? Are you good with nothing? You should be. You should be okay with having nothing. All you need is food and water. You should even be okay without having food that often. But yeah, come up with affirmations to combat these and get after it, guys. Much love. Catch you in the next video.
Sir, and welcome to the freaking well show, and party central to my well ones. A night of violated hell codes. Dope sells like the charge do, but selling's all about potential. If money speaks, then I'm the main act.